LaMelo Ball is one of the most impressive young basketball players I have ever seen. His passing ability is on a completely different level in general, not just for his age group, and his scoring progression has been way better than I thought it would be, as he's reached a level of scorer that I thought he wouldn't reach until his prime in just his second season. LaMelo's potential as a scorer, on top of his already elite passing ability and his ability to make those around him better, has led to him becoming an all-star in just his second season. But it also makes me believe he has a chance to become one of the most unstoppable offensive players in the league. In today's video, I will be going over the game of LaMelo Ball on offense and why I believe he's well on his way to becoming one of the most unguardable players in the NBA. Quickly before we do get into the video, if you're new and you like basketball, I really think you would love this channel. So if you haven't already, like, subscribe, hit notification bell, I'm notified whenever I release a video. I make videos breaking down the film of NBA players, both past and present. So if that's something that interests you, this is the channel for you. If you want more consistent basketball content, go subscribe to my main channel where I make new style videos about the NBA. But with that being said, let's get right into the video. Standing at 6'7" with a +1 wingspan, LaMelo Ball has above average height for a point guard. His height allows him to see over the defense, which gives him an advantage as a passer. But LaMelo also combines his height with the handle you would expect to see out of a smaller guard like Trae Young or Chris Paul. Having a good handle is something that I believe can expand your passing and scoring ability, as it gives you more room to create, find angles, while also keeping the defense on its heels. In my opinion, LaMelo Ball is one of the 5 best passers in the league already, just based off his ability alone. He has great pass vision, the accuracy he throws these passes with is really good, and he has the handle to expand his creation. He's capable of making the basic reads like any point guard can, but he's also capable of just doing things as a passer that don't seem possible. He finds players at passing angles that only he can see. He makes daring passes with regularity and finds great success with these passes, and he makes passes that some of the best passers in the league could only dream of, and he makes these passes look easy. He uses behind the backs, hesitations, and pass fakes to manipulate defenses to free himself up and make looks easier for his teammates. I really like this one move he does in the PNR where he drives to the basket, head fakes, or does some type of other movement like he's going into one of his patented floaters, and then throws a lob to the roll man. He's just a very smart and fun passer in general. He does struggle a bit with turnover problems, but that's a product of making difficult passes, and his assist to turnover ratio really isn't even that bad if I'm going to be honest with you. He could work a bit on making better decisions as a passer, but I don't think it's as bad as most of his peers in his age group. And sometimes I just think it comes down to him thinking way ahead of the play and seeing something that will be open but throwing the pass a bit early. It's very similar to when I'm recording a video and I'm reading the script, and sometimes mentally I'm ahead of what I'm saying and it causes me to slip up a few words. I do this so much when making a video it's not even funny. In fact, I probably have done this multiple times throughout this video. However, to get back on track, overall as a passer, I think LaMelo Ball is generational. He has the ability to make every pass in the book, and even those that aren't in the book. His vision is off the charts, the pass accuracy is rare for his age, and the combination of skills he has as a passer is just something that's unheard of for a player this young. And the idea of LaMelo Ball potentially improving on some of the small areas of the game as a passer that could make him even better than he already is as a passer is hard to wrap my head around. And LaMelo Ball has been a way better scorer in the NBA than I thought he would be entering the league. He's been a league average 3-point shooter on good volume since his rookie season, and given the decent amount of off-dribble 3-pointers that he takes, I do believe 35 to 36% from 3 on 6 to 7 attempts per game is impressive. He also has very good touch on his floaters. His floater is his favorite 2-point field goal shot to take. and I think that it's a very effective weapon, although he goes through it a bit too much sometimes, as well as having some fun finishes around the basket as well. He has good body control when finishing around the basket, and again has very good touch when finishing around the basket as well. His passing ability is a weapon when it comes to his ability as a scorer, as sometimes defenses focus on the pass he might make more than actually defending him as a scorer. This is a play that I believe represents what I'm trying to say best. Gary Trent gambles on a steal here. Shouldn't have gambled on a steal. Gambling on steals is always something that is going to be risky, because if you miss, you're going to be out of position. And Gary Trent does end up becoming out of position on this play. LaMelo Ball takes advantage of that. He drives in. He knows his presses isn't fully committed, because presses can't be fully committed. Now, this might just be Precious ball watching. Precious is a player that's known to do stuff like that at times. But I do also think Precious knows that Terry Rozier is a threat to hit a pull-up jumper if he fully commits to LaMelo at this point. And LaMelo decides, I'm going to keep on driving because this defender probably isn't fully committed. He keeps on driving. At this point, Pascal Siakam, he's half committed at this point. He's not fully committed to the play. And that's because Miles Bridges is open in the corner on this play. And because of that, he can't fully commit, because LaMelo Ball, if he sees an open player, he's going to pass it to him. And Miles Bridges is a player that's easily somebody that I would say can hit an open jumper, so that's giving up 3 points at that point. So LaMelo Ball keeps on driving, and at this point, Boucher isn't even contesting the shot, because LaMelo Ball is somebody that's capable of finding an open player for a lob or a dump off, and if he commits to contesting at this point, even with OG there, that's an easy dump off for either Mason Plumlee or an open shot for one of the Martin twins. I think that's Cody. I don't remember correctly on this specific play. So no matter what, there's always going to be some sort of threat to score here. So because of this, and everyone's uncommitted, LaMelo Ball gets an easy floater. He does need some work as a scorer, however. He does still struggle with shot selection, especially from 3-point range, where he forces the issue at times. He is young, so I do think he has time to improve on this area, just like other stars who struggled with similar problems at the same stage. And I do think that having good touch around the basket is a great skill to have, but he does still struggle with physicality. His free throw numbers are actually better than I thought they would be, as I thought he averaged around 2 free throw attempts per game. He actually averages 3.6 free throw attempts per game this season, which is a bit higher than I thought, but it still could be a number that goes up a little bit. He is only 180 pounds at 6'7", so I do think adding more functional muscle to his frame will help. But like I said with the Anthony Edwards video, these things need to actually happen before I am confident in his ability to reach his ceiling. But I do think that these are areas LaMelo Ball can improve on, and areas that can push him to a near 25 point per game scorer, which combined with his passing skills already, let alone when they actually improve, is scary. LaMelo Ball is an absolute puppet master on offense. Being someone that is always a threat to both score and pass on its own is already scary, but being someone that understands their gravity as a player, as both a scorer and a passer, and the threat they are at both of these aspects of offense, is even more scary. And to see someone this young manipulate defenses the way LaMelo does is incredible. He completely understands how unpredictable it can be to opposing defenses, and he uses it to his advantage. The fact that someone this young is already a 20 point per game scorer and one of the best passers in the league, and is only going to get better, is scary. Having to guard against a good passer is already hard, but you can always fall back on making them beat you as a scorer. But you can't do that with LaMelo because he has the ability to be a major threat as a scorer. And on top of this, you don't know what he's going to do with the basketball in his hands. Having a player that can control the game and get you points, whether he's scoring or passing at a high rate, is special. And to be able to use unpredictability the way he does is special. I believe this is what makes him a skilled player, and I think it's a great example of what skill in basketball actually is. Skill in basketball isn't always about just the handles or just the passing ability and just the ability to hit tough jumpers or pull up mid-ranges. It's about what LaMelo does as a basketball mind as well. And what makes LaMelo Ball a very skilled player isn't just the fact that his handle is very good, or the fact that he can make a bunch of passes. What makes him a very skilled player is his ability to use and weaponize his unpredictability to always keep defenses on their heels and always make it so either he gets a good look or his teammates get a good look. That's what skill is. It's more than just basic fundamentals. I think LaMelo Ball will always be a great example of what actually is defined as skill in basketball. But the idea of LaMelo Ball using this unpredictability with a scoring game that's expanded from what already is a pretty good 20-point per game scorer now, and again, top 5 passer in the league already in my opinion, and him only getting better, there is a real chance to me that LaMelo Ball is an unstoppable player on the offensive end of the floor at his best, and is going to be somebody that is an MVP caliber player.